What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And man, we just got an instant classic in this WNBA Finals. Game one. Way to kick it off, all of the action. And just a side note, this game one of the WNBA Finals kind of culminates how thrilling the entire season has been. As we had two of the juggernauts of the WNBA face off, and it went absolutely down to the wire. The Minnesota Lynx were able to defeat the New York Liberty 95-93 on a game winner by Nafisa Collier, the Defensive Player of the Year in the WNBA. And again, this was just a microcosm of how spectacular the season has been from beginning to even now. Very impressed. But ladies and gentlemen, it is Tony the Savant. Please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily. Go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to hear what you all got to say about these topics. And ladies and sports fans and gentlemen, yes, as I said in the intro, the WNBA has been a great, source of sports this year. I know it's got a bad reputation. I know, I ain't gonna say bad, but the reputation is kind of shaky when it comes to the WNBA. There's been some not so great moments, indeed, but last night's event was absolutely spectacular. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm trying to pull up. And again, it all started off, let's just start it off like this. We got a lot of history on the line as the Minnesota Lynx are pursuing their fifth WNBA championship in their franchise history. Have the most appearances in the WNBA finals now with 7. So that's definitely something to mark down for history. Probably one of the more prestigious and successful WNBA franchises in existence. And yeah, I mean, now that they got 4 in the organization with ties with the Houston Comets. If they're able to win this one, then they will have the most championships in the organization anyway will have the most championships in WNBA history. And on the other side, we got the New York Liberty, one of the legacy organizations, been around since day one. They have also appeared in the WNBA finals a number of times, but never able to win it. I believe they've been in the finals 5 times. This is their 6th appearance, and they're pursuing their first championship in organization history. So a lot of history on the line, a lot at stake for sure on both sides of this matchup. It's also met with 2 UConn superstars, former teammates, and Nafisa Collier versus Brianna Stewart, 2 of my favorite players. If y'all know me or you've been rocking with me, you know I'm a very big UConn basketball men's and women's fan. So been watching these ladies for quite some time, and it's been a little bit of a coming of age, as they both have had their ups and downs. Both have developed into 2 of the more key stars of the league, and now we'll get to see them go imano. In my prediction video, if you didn't see it, I did have the Liberty winning this game, but after this matchup, I'm not so sure, y'all. The Minnesota Lynx showed some heart as they had succumbed to a 18-point deficit early in this game. Out the gate, it looked like the New York Liberty was on a mission. They've been on a revenge tour all season long. They plowed through the Las Vegas Aces last series and won that series 3-1 in a dominant fashion all season long. They've been the number 1 seed, undisputed, not ever in contest with any other person or any other league, any other team, excuse me. And also boast the number 1 overall offense in the league. And they really showcased their full powers in the beginning as Jonquel Jones started off the game hot with 13 points. Sabrina Ionescu hit a couple big threes. One, namely, like a Steph Curry like three. She just walked into it, threw that boy up, and it dropped. It didn't touch the rim, just dropped like water, like Steph Curry does. And even Stewie, she was pitching in. She had a couple big threes, couple big baskets, and I feel bad for Stewie, man. She got a lot of weight on her shoulders carrying this in New York Liberty team, or at least I could say, being a big part in the leadership of this team. And I feel kind of bad how this game ended for her, just because I guess that's UConn sympathy for me, but they got off to open this game. They got off to a very, very high start again. Were able to get an 18-point lead. And they were really showing their size. I mean, I said in this matchup, I believe in my preview, or just talking to Wild Card Mar when we were discussing some WNBA stuff, that the Minnesota Lynx are undersized. They're the underdogs, but I also feel like they're underestimated in this matchup. But it didn't look like that in the first half as the New York Liberty, as far as size go, they were grabbing all of the offensive boards. And the one adjustment I feel like the Minnesota Lynx were going to have to make is use their speed against the size, kind of use ball movement. And that's exactly what they did as far as their second half adjustment. They did go into the halftime with a bit of what can I say, a momentum swing, hit a couple buckets, but by the second half, it was a blow for blow type matchup. Just to note some things I wrote down during the game. This was the first team. The Minnesota Lynx were the first team to be down 15 in the final 5 minutes and still win. Again, final score 95-93. They were down 18 in the first half. It looked daunting for sure. And they were down 15. Again, 15 down with 5 minutes to go. So they never really were able to get any momentum in this game. And to be honest, I was watching the MLB playoffs were going on. We had Thursday night football going on, and we had a couple good college games, college football going on. So I was kind of flipping through the channels, and I would land on the WNBA when I did. And all throughout the game, I was just like, well, game one is a foregone conclusion. But the Liberty had something to say. And it all kind of it started with an 11, or excuse me, what was it, a 8-point, an 8.0, 8-0 run, 8-0 run that the Minnesota Lynx were able to go on, capped off by a big 4-point play, a 3-point and a foul, a big shot by Courtney Williams, who I gotta say has been very impressive, probably the most impressive player in these playoffs. I think she's like 5'9", and she playing like a 7-foot giant out there. But she hit a big three, got fouled, got the 4-point play, and that essentially gave Minnesota the final. I don't know if it gave. I think they gave them the lead. I believe it gave them the lead, or it really gave them that confidence that they could win that game for sure, because they were down all game. Not to take nothing from them, but. Courtney Williams 4-point play, and then on the last play of the game, second from last play, Nafisa Collier hit a signature patent turnaround shot. If you've been watching her all season like I have, that's been her go-to shot. She usually hits it from the left or the left side of the rim typically. She can hit the turnaround from the right, but typically it's from the left side of the rim, and she dropped that thing right over Jonquel Jones, the long stretch of the arm of Jonquel Jones. Just very impressive by the Defensive Player of the Year. Down the stretch, leading up to the epic finish, Jonquel did hit a big three with about a minute 38 seconds left to go. And I think that was right before Courtney Williams' big 4-point play. In overtime, did it go into overtime? No, we didn't go into overtime. Sorry, y'all. But I was just making some notes during the game. What's her face? Sabrina Ionescu got a big steal at the end of the game. So did Jonquel Jones. Jonquel got a big steal to tie the game at 93. And then right after that, we would get the turnaround jump shot from Nafisa Collier, who I've likened to Maya Moore 2.0. That's my nickname for her, man, because, her and Maya about the same size, but she just plays a little bigger. Like she plays more of a forward. Look, she plays more of that like she plays more like a forward, and Maya play style was more like a guard. But nonetheless, she just reminds me of Maya more as far as her approach goes, and she's a little bit more of a complete player. Of course, the reigning defensive player of the year, and she's able to dime the ball. She's able to do everything on the court. Really, there's nothing on the court Nafisa Collier is not elite at. Um, and again, she hit that turnaround jump shot, man. That was just, a banger. I mean, I feel like Courtney Williams' four-point play is the play of the series so far, but that turnaround jump shot is going to go down in WNBA history as well. It was just, I think that's going to be her patent shot, kind of like Jordan and Kobe's fadeaway. Um, and on the last play of the game, like I mentioned before, I just felt really bad for Stewie, man, because she had an opportunity to tie the game at 95. And maybe we should, really give credit to the Minnesota Lynx defense, but she missed a very makeable layup, in my opinion. The defensive Lynx players were there, to throw her off. Courtney Williams, I think Alana Smith and Nafisa Collier met her at the rim, but Stewie still had, the advantage to step on them all to be able to hit that shot. She just ended up missing it. In addition to that shot, she missed two or three big free throws down the stretch, man. And I was, like I said, in my prediction, I had the New York Liberty winning. Honestly, this game is surrounded. Got so many of my favorite players that are the NBA in it. I would not be mad if my prediction was completely wrong. At the same time, but just watching how things unfolded. For the New York Liberty, it's just, one thing after the other. And so, for the game to end the way it did, I hope that doesn't affect Stewie's psyche too much. But those are some big free throws that she missed and a very big layup that she missed. So we'll see how they're able to recoup, how she handles that in game two. Again, she's a champion on the collegiate and the professional level. She's been there, done that. I'm sure she'll be able to recoup and put things in perspective. But for the 18-point comeback by the Minnesota Lynx, when everything said this was going to be the New York Liberty's first game. I mean, the Liberty was at home. They had Spike Lee in the building. All of the vibes, the energy, everybody was, really, cheering for the New York Liberty. The crowd was really getting behind their team. And the Minnesota Lynx, by the end of the game, stunned everybody. So, respectfully, I enjoyed this game 100%. I'll be plugged into this series all throughout the series, 5-game series. Also, the WNBA commissioner made some announcements pertaining to next year's WNBA finals. I'll make a video highlighting that as well. But yeah, if you one of those people, I know a lot of the Caitlin Clark fans, they were saying that they was going to protest the remainder of the WNBA playoffs when Caitlin Clark was eliminated. If you were one of those people, man, you're really missing out. And I really, in a way, I do feel bad for y'all because, it's already casual behavior to say that you're going to protest the playoffs for one players. But I just feel bad for y'all because you're not appreciating what these other ladies are doing, and you're missing out on good basketball. I mean, I've been saying all year long that the WNBA, in my opinion, at least this season, but it has been better than the last few seasons that we've gotten from the NBA. At least with the exception of 2022, I ain't gonna lie, that was a good year for me in basketball. Watching the Warriors resurge as NBA champions, that was a pretty good year. 2023 wasn't bad either, but this 2024 WNBA season, man, it's probably number one, and then I'll put an NBA season right under that as far as the best seasons of basketball that we've gotten in the last 5 years. This WNBA season has been, historic, epic. And if if you really paying attention, if you became a fan of the WNBA, not just one player, but the WNBA this year, I'm sure you just, blown out of your seat. You're really enjoying what you're seeing. The All-Star game was spectacular. We had all kind of historic performances from Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, the likes. And then now we're getting this spectacular WNBA finals between two heavyweights in the in the organization, the WNBA league between the Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty. So just really good, man. And like I said, game one lived up to all the hype. I'm excited for game two. I believe it's going to be in New York as well. So we'll see how the Liberty are able to bounce back. But that's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. As I drop content daily, go live daily, stay busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. I'm always intrigued to hear what y'all got to say about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Peace.